So thank you so much for joining us for the first ever Chuck's virtual Run, Walk, and Wheel. For those of you who are familiar with this event, that historically this has happened in person in Toronto, and we're actually thrilled to be able to bring you a virtual opening ceremonies that is for the first time coast to coast. So we recognize that this year is a very different year for many reasons, but we're all here together today to officially kick off the launch of the first ever Chuck's virtual Run, Walk, and Wheel. So we have some very special guests with us today. But first up, I am very pleased to introduce the Dystonia Medical Research Foundation board chair, the chair of Chuck's Run, and Chuck Saundercook's brother, Bill Saundercook. So without further ado, over to you, Bill.
Thank you, Stephanie. Welcome everyone to the very first Chuck's Run, Walk, Wheel fundraising event that is virtual and coast to coast. So different than all previous Chuck's Run fundraisers, this event will go on for 30 days till June 30th. So pace yourself because today is just the beginning. Shortly, you will hear from some of our Dystonia leaders across the country as we all try to raise funds and awareness during this very difficult time. Raising awareness with the public is equally as important, and how dystonia affects the lives of 50,000 Canadians and their families every day. A big thank you to everyone for participating. We know because of COVID-19, most fundraisers had to be canceled. So hopefully, Chuck's Run, Walk, Wheel can help you organize your local event over the next 30 days. It's all set. All you have to do is go to chucksrun.ca. Now, for our great team across the country here, from coast to coast, some of our leaders and champions in their communities. Let's go all the way out to Vancouver. It's still early in the morning. Jackson Mooney, welcome.
Thanks, Bill. Welcome, everybody. My name's Jackson Mooney, and I'm a co-leader in Vancouver area, along with my friend Robin Krantz. And I got involved in Chuck's Run this year from a standpoint that I'll be 73 in 5 weeks' time. And 6 years ago, I had to give up running when I got a DBS, and I'm running again the past month and a half. So I'm really excited about that. It's like getting your life back somewhat. So yeah, I'm feeling really good and pumped about this. And thanks for tuning in. Good luck to you.
Thank you. Over to Shelby. And Shelby's in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Shelby Newkirk.
Hey everyone, as Bill said, I'm Shelby Newkirk, and I am a national para swimmer, world record holder, 12-time Canadian record holder, and a small business owner. And 10 years ago, I was diagnosed with generalized dystonia. So this is the first year that I get to participate in the run, and I'm so excited, and I'm so glad that so many of you have joined us.
Thank you, Shelby. And over to Casey Kidston, all the way down to Kingston, Ontario.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining in. Looking super forward to this event. So I have myoclonus dystonia. I was diagnosed at the age of 15, and I'm also the founder of Defying Dystonia. So looking forward to this event and adding some different aspects to kind of my adventure as a runner and triathlete throughout the month, putting in lots of kilometers for dystonia and trying to raise awareness and support as we go. So Chuck's Run, Walk, and Wheel, I think, is a fantastic event of bringing all the dystonia community and dystonia warriors together, especially as one big group this year, especially in this kind of time that we're facing. So want to wish everyone good luck, and stay posted as well. I'm going to be posting some videos along the way as we go, so tune into those as well. Take care, everyone.
And you'll be doing our warm-up very soon. We were to go next to our 2020 ambassador, but he is having some technical difficulties. We hope Thomas Wade will join us shortly, but now we'll go to our executive director, the very capable Stephanie Ince.
Thanks, Bill. Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. As you may know, I'm the Executive Director of the Dystonia Medical Research Foundation. Chuck's Run is always my favorite event of the year, and I actually love it even more now that we can bring people together from coast to coast. I think it's a super exciting way for us to really reconnect the dystonia community, and you know, we recognize that there are many different ways that people can complete their 5K. So you may be running, you may be walking, you may be wheeling, you may be walking up and down the stairs in your own home. The idea around this event is that everybody has the opportunity to do 5K their own way. And we thank all of you for tuning in, all of you for doing your part, not only today, but throughout the entire month of June in helping to raise funds and awareness for dystonia. Thank you.
Thank you, Steph. And now over to Montreal, Kenny Wong.
Hi everyone, I'm Kenny Wong, and I'm from Montreal, Quebec, originally from Vancouver. I grew up as a violinist, but everything kind of changed when I was in music school and I was diagnosed with focal hand dystonia. And then I transitioned to becoming an actor. And so I had made this short film called Dystonia, which is based on, you know, true events when I was in music school, and kind of talks about the, you know, after diagnosis, the kind of emotional and mental chaos that kind of ensues after you know, something life-changing like that. I'm sure most people can relate here, and that's kind of how I got to get in contact with Dystonia Canada. And I think what they're doing is wonderful, because it, you know, dystonia is a condition that not a lot of people know about, and bringing awareness to it is so important, and hopefully further support so more research can go into it. So we're hoping to continue sharing the film and sharing news about dystonia, and you know, further support. So thank you. This is my first time here, so I'm very excited.
Thanks, Kenny. And we're going to go to Tim Williston, who has a message for you. He's from Fredericton, New Brunswick. I'll read it quickly to you all. I'd like to thank every person who has registered as a participant or who has been doing support for this annual event. I'd like to thank the many members of DMRF Canada, volunteers who've spent many hours to make this event happen during these special times. Thanks to Bill and his creativity in making this event happen. Chuck's Run is held each year. Its importance as a fundraiser and awareness creator has been so important. Although this pandemic has affected us all in so many different ways, it's forced us to be positive and therefore create the birth of this virtual event. It has become the first fundraising and awareness event that is taking place coast to coast for DMRF Canada. Good luck in whatever way you choose to do to reach your 5K goal. And again, thank you so much for your participation in this extremely important awareness fundraising event. Thanks to Tim, and Tim got quite a bit of money out of Atlantic Canada, who happens to be the first shout out that I want to read out very quickly here. And Steph, you can watch if we happen to connect with Thomas, we'll get him up and running as quickly as we can. So shout outs to the following teams. Tim and Nancy Williston in Atlantic Canada. The Greater Sudbury, Mary Guy, captain. Team Franco Dystonia Busters in Woodbridge, Ontario. Franco and family, dad, mom, great to see you all. Team Greater Vancouver, Louisa Hudniak. Team Impact, Catherine Mulkins. Team David Ducola, our past chair for Chuck's Run, is doing a great job in Toronto. Team Curran in London, Ontario. The Jenkins crew in Guelph. COVID-19 team in Calgary. Charlene Claire Hoot is the captain. Team Montreal is Kenny. Conquering Dystonia, Ellis Siliker in Etobicoke. Defying Dystonia is our own Casey Kidson in Kingston. FWI crew, Karis Malzitsky. Team Shelby is Shelby's team in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Team Shepherd, hello, Matthew and Kathy. Hamilton Dystonia Support Group. Team Winnipeg, Barbara Crow. Greater Toronto Support Group, Stephanie Aldred. Run Ipsen Run, Noor Al Youssef in Oakville. Voices of Dystonia, Yana Vadvik in London, Ontario. And finally, Jackie's team is Justin Bell in the Sioux Lookout in Ontario. CK3 team is Fran Kodalak and her family. Thank you, Fran in Oakville. The Friedberg family, Andre Gauthier Fisher. Team Emergy is Emery Hollinger in St. Albert, Alberta. Team CC in Kelowna, BC, Carla Costain. Laps of Love, Sophia Sullivan in Dundas, Ontario. Team Atlas, Ian Solnick in Toronto. and Team Been There, Run That, Jenna Wheatley, CP Saskatchewan, Jamie Winkler in Regina, and Team Thomas Wade in Oakville. So hopefully all of those teams can do a great job over the next 30 days. My final role here today is to give all our viewers a brief overview of my brother Chuck. So for those of you who don't know the story of our brother Chuck, it goes back to the 1970s. Chuck, the third youngest of 9 to Betty and Lawrence Saundercook, was about 8 when he showed signs of dystonia. But you can only imagine how long it took for diagnosis. Chuck even had surgery on his legs for cerebral palsy. Before finally being diagnosed with dystonia in 1973, Chuck was a brave young pioneer for surgery called deep brain stimulation. In 1977, but unfortunately and sadly succumbed to his illness January 26, 1978, 1 week before his 17th birthday. From that day forward, the dystonia community has raised over $1 million in Chuck's name to find a cure. We all believe, because of Chuck, that we are getting closer to finding a cure. So for the next 30 days, let's all dig deep for dystonia. We have a couple of very generous contributors to our causes. Ipsen Biopharmaceuticals, Pattison Outdoor Signs, as you know, has given us the use of their outdoor digital signs for 6 weeks from coast to coast, so please look for yours. Nicholson's No Frills in the local area of where we've always held our Chuck's Run, generously donated. Dunbar and Grenadier Restaurant, and many more supporters all helped us out for this event. Now, I don't know if we've got Katrina Collins Samuels. I don't believe she's on, Steph.
We do have her, Bill,
Yes.
and I just, yeah, there she is. Hi, Katrina.
Hi, everyone. I'm not sure if you guys could see me or.
No,
we can't see you, but
No.
we can hear you.
Oh,
So, Katrina, very, very quickly, I just want to say, first of all, thank you, and I'll introduce you to all of our viewers. Katrina is the recipient of the Charles Saundercook Memorial Award. Different from Chuck's Run, it's an award that is awarded every year at York University, and she is the outstanding athlete that won it this year. Congratulations, Katrina, and please say a few words to us.
hi, everyone. I'm sorry you can't see me. I'm not too sure why. Anyway, so my name's Katrina Collins. First, I want to just thank Tara, who's also a nominee this year for the Charles Saundercook Memorial, for joining me on this live stream. So thank you very much, Tara. So I just completed my undergrad in psychology, and I plan to pursue a master's in social work. So a little bit about myself. I play on the women's basketball team. Before entering university, I had an ACL reconstruction done, and honestly, from my first year to my 5th year would cause me pain the entire time. So a year later, I believe in my 2nd year, I got a little bit of meniscus surgery done. Later, I found out that I developed arthritis in 2 different areas of my knee. I can't remember exactly where right now. And then this past season, I got a cortisone shot to help with the swelling and the pain, just so I can get by this, my final season. So yeah, it's really been a tough ride for me, and to be recognized by the university and to win one of the most prestigious awards at the banquet, I'm honestly so honored, and I'm truly so grateful to have won. After speaking with Bill earlier this week about dystonia, I'm really looking forward to help push the movement next month. I'm going to get as many people as I can on board with the run and hopefully get some more donations so we can help further the research of dystonia. So I want to just thank you. I want to thank Bill and the Saundercook family for creating this award. I'm honestly I'm so honored, and I'm so grateful, and I'm so humble to have received it. And I really look forward to pushing Chuck's name and pushing the movement of dystonia.
Thank you so kindly, Katrina. And to you, Tara, thank you for plugging in as well. Just before I turn it over to Stephanie, I do want to, on behalf of the Saundercook family, the Dystonia Medical Research Foundation Board, thank everybody who's been involved in the lead up to today and the next 30 days to come. It's been a wonderful opportunity to reach out to all the communities across the country. And I think this is the beginning of a really amazing event. So I'll turn it over to you now, Stephanie.
Thanks, Bill. And I just want to let you know that Thomas Wade, this year's ambassador, has actually been able to join us. So we will have an opportunity to hear from Thomas in a few minutes. But Thomas, we're glad to have you here with us today. So just a few reminders about this event, because obviously we are all in a very new, strange place. We're excited and thrilled that we're able to actually host Chuck's Run, but obviously it will be virtual. We encourage everybody to continue to practice social distancing and to do this, this 5K to the best of your abilities while keeping safe. I also just want to remind you that, this is the first step of many, many things that will be taking place over the course of this month. So we've tasked some of these awesome individuals who are with us today to help us to spread awareness of the various things that they're doing to raise funds and awareness for dystonia over the month of June. I encourage you to please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, help to promote Chuck's virtual run, walk, and wheel, and do all that you can. We know that not everybody is comfortable with fundraising, but certainly we all understand the need for raising awareness of dystonia. So let's do everything that we can to make sure that happens over the next 30 days. So without further ado, I'm very excited to introduce you to somebody who has been a wonderful champion for the Dystonia Foundation, Casey Kidston, who you just heard from earlier. Over the last 3 years, Casey's been able to take the team through a run-through of some exercises and stretching in advance of our in-person event. And obviously, we're not in a position where we can do that, but Casey is an exercise expert, and and obviously also she has dystonia, so she understands and recognizes that everybody sort of has to work within their own abilities, and she will be continuing to provide expertise and guidance to this team over the next 30 days. But without further ado, I'm thrilled to introduce Casey, who will be leading us in some short stretching just to kick off this event. Over to you, Casey.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Stephanie. Yeah, so I'm just going to take you through a brief warm-up. Again, I'm working out on my deck here, so I'm hoping it'll work out a bit there. So yeah, so we're just going to loosen up a little, get you moving a bit. And again, work where you're comfortable, do what you need. Just a light march here. Just get those legs moving a bit for us. Get them warmed up. We'll start to add some arm circles. Now you can keep the feet moving or feel free to plant them too. Just some light arm circles here. Again, if you need to keep it lower, absolutely keep it lower. You can keep it up here. That's it. Trying to keep those shoulders nice and relaxed. Excellent. Let's bring back that march if you want. We'll add some wrist rotations. Again, doing what you can. Maybe you choose to do one side at a time. Maybe opening and closing those fingers a bit. Try and loosen everything up. Excellent. We're going to plant those feet now, and we're going to just take a bit of a side stretch. Now, if you want to add that arm, absolutely, you can add that arm in. If that's a bit too much on the shoulder and neck, feel free to take that out. Just add a little reach over to the side. Nice little stretch. Slowly come back to center. And again, shifting over to the other side. If you want to add that arm, absolutely, you can add that in. But don't feel that you need to. You can take that out. Excellent. Coming back to center, we're just going to try to drop our chin towards our chest again the best you can. If that doesn't work for you, just bring it back to a light march, and you can take that little bit of a movement out. That's not a problem. Excellent. Relaxing those shoulders. Good. We'll plant those feet again. And we're just going to open and close this way. Nice big open arms. Open and close. Trying to draw those shoulder blades back together. Excellent. Now we're going to get those legs moving a bit more. We are going to be walking, or running, or doing whatever works for you, maybe wheeling. We're just going to come to some kickbacks. I'm going to drop my camera just a bit so you can see. Just little lifts here. Again, do what you can. Maybe the march works better for you, so absolutely you can keep it to a march, not a problem. That's it. Excellent. Take 4 more here. 2 and 1. Back to that light march. Nice big shoulder rotations here. That's it. Excellent. Now we're going to take 1 big deep breath. So we're going to reach up nice and high. Up. Exhaling on the way down. We got 2 more of those. Reach. And exhale on your way down. Excellent. 1 more. Reach. Excellent. Give those arms a nice big shake. Light march. Excellent. All right. So that's your warm-up stretch for now. And like Stephanie said, tune in. I'm going to be taking you through some different things throughout the month. So without further ado, I would like to introduce you to this year's ambassador. So I'm pleased to introduce you to this year's Chuck's Virtual Run, Walk, and Wheel ambassador, Canadian country music artist, Mr. Thomas Wade. Thomas began his career as the lead singer of the group Thomas Wade and Wayward, a band who received 7 CCMA awards, and the group was also nominated for 3 Juno Awards. Unfortunately, in 2006, Thomas was diagnosed with oromanidibular dystonia, a form of dystonia that forces contractions of the face, jaw, and tongue, causing difficulty in opening and closing the mouth, making speech very difficult and singing impossible. Thomas is a wonderful advocate for the dystonia community. Last year, Thomas published Singing in My Sleep, a book that chronicles his struggle with dystonia, but more importantly, relates the amazing details of how, against the odds, he overcame it all and has regained his voice. So now I'm pleased to introduce you to this year's Chuck's Virtual Run, Walk, and Wheel ambassador, Thomas Wade.
Hello. Can you hear me? Yay, okay. Oh, if you only knew behind the scenes. I mean, those people launching the SpaceX thing had nothing on us trying to get me on here last minute, but it's so great to be here with you all, and yes, joining you from Oakville, Ontario. And yes, such an amazing and worthy cause. I just want to say I've learned so much from all of the people I've met in the dystonia community. When dystonia first moved through my life, it did feel devastating. It kind of wiped my life out. It wiped out my music career at the time. But then as I began to learn to do what dystonia sufferers do, which is to focus on what you can do, not what you can't do, I learned to really get a true feel for my own personal value beyond the identity that I had given myself through the music career, and I learned resiliency, and I was so fortunate to be able to find my way through and go into remission. And I've written a book about that called Singing in My Sleep. And but I'm grateful to have a healing story that I can share to help generate hope, which is what we're here to do. We're generating hope, we're generating awareness, and we're going to get people moving. And to that end, Casey, get you warmed up physically. I'm going to try to get you warmed up from the inside with a little song. I don't know how this is going to sound out there in Cyberland, but I'm going to try it. And a song all about looking for the best in life, expecting great things, and when I wake up in the morning, sunlight hurts my eyes, and something with that wanted love is weighing heavy on my mind. Then I look at you, and the world's all right with me. Oh, just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day, a lovely day.
lies ahead of me seems impossible to face. Someone else instead of me always seems to know the way. Then I look at you and the world's all right with me. Oh, just one look at you and I know it's gonna be a lovely day. A lovely day. A lovely day. Oh well, day.
I know everybody out there is clapping, Thomas. We just muted them so you can't hear it.
All I can say, Thomas, on behalf of everybody today is thank goodness you joined us, because that was the best conclusion we could have had planned for today. And what a wonderful send-off, because before we do the countdown, and I invite Thomas and everybody else on the panel to join me, I just want to say to everybody, Fran Belzberg on the West Coast is the founder, along with her deceased husband, Sam, and she's there rooting for us all the way as well. And make sure all of you stay plugged in online for the month of June. And then our finale on June 30th, the end of the virtual Chuck's Run. So let's do a countdown from 5, everybody, to officially start this race today. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go get them, team.
Woo! Woo! And I just want to say, again, a huge thank you to our sponsors and all of you who are out there making this race all that it can be during this very unusual time. We're thrilled. We're so thrilled to have you all here with us. So thank you again. And we're looking forward to seeing you at the finish line at the end of June. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day. Have a lovely day.